everyone, it's Nancy, your favorite innkeeper from Old Square Inn in Mountjoy, Pennsylvania in beautiful Lancaster County. Well, we got some stuff going on here today. If you remember, I had a tree fall down maybe a couple weeks ago. So they cleared all of that up. Then it pulled the wires out of the house. Hey, how you doing, Marcia? I was just telling everybody that we have some stuff going on here today. So I have the electrician out here, Nolt Electrician. If you live in the area, hi Joe, hi Julie, hi Joan. If you live in the area, Nolt Electric is they are the people that you want. So they are trying to put the wires back up to the house, these great big electric cables, attach them back up to the house because they were pulled out when the tree went down. And I said, Len, you can come tomorrow if you want, but you can't do any work between 10 and 10:30 because I'm going to be making cookies. So they're hanging out there right now. If you hear any buzzing in the background, that's what that is. All right, today we are going to make gluten-free peanut butter cookies and peanut butter balls. Now I'm going to start with the peanut butter balls because these will have to go in the fridge for a little bit and set before we can dip them in chocolate. So the recipe calls for 1.5 cups of peanut butter, 3 cups of powdered sugar or 10x sugar, and 1 stick of butter. And you know that I'm going to do a half recipe because there's a lot of peanut butter balls to eat. All right, so I have already in my mixer a 1/2 cup of peanut butter. And I'm going to add another 1/4 cup. Now, usually I make this with creamy peanut butter, but I didn't have any. So, you know, sometimes you go to the store and you pick up what you think you want and you accidentally pick up something else. So this is crunchy peanut butter, which will, I hear them out there. And then I have my 1/2 stick of butter that's gonna go in here. This is softened butter. There we go. Yeah, he was pretty nice about it. I said, well, did they tell you that you can't be working for that time? Oh my gosh. Well, I guess I'll just have to wait. I said, thank you very much. So I have in here 1/2 stick of butter, 3/4 cup of peanut butter. Now I'm going to put in 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. Now, in 1 pound of powdered sugar, you're going to find 4 cups of 10x. So I have 3.5 cups here. And what I like about this recipe is that it's very forgiving. It's not like when you make cupcakes or make biscuits or something and the measurements have to be exact. We can kind of go with these a little bit. So I'm just going to start this on low. And it's going to form a dough, kind of like Play-Doh. And once I get this mixed up, I'm going to taste it to see if it's the way I like it. We're getting there. Won't take too long. This goes together pretty quickly. All right, and that's it. All right, so take a look at this so far. Can you see how that looks? And then I'm going to taste this and see if it's the way I like it. That's pretty good, but I like mine with a little more peanut butter. So I'm going to add just a little bit more to it. And the more peanut butter you add, the creamier these are going to be, which means you're probably going to have to refrigerate them a little bit longer. Let me mix that up again. That's going to make our dough a little bit sticky too. This is a fun thing for kids to play with also. This is a really good kid recipe. All right, I got it going. There it is. Perf. All right. Look at that. Looks fabulous. All right, now with this, let me pick this up. Oh, that looks good. It's just a big dough ball. I know, doesn't that look great? Hi Kathy, how are you doing? So I like to use this little scoop. You don't have to use a scoop. You can pick this up and just roll it in your hands if you want to do that. I like the scoop because I like having an idea of how much I'm going to get out of this. And when I scoop this, I just kind of arbitrarily scoop it and then roll it up again. This is also kind of a good base for peanut butter pie. I don't know if any of you like that. Love peanut butter pie. Yeah, this is a nice consistency, and you can make these as large or as small as you like. I like them a little bit smaller because I like that for me gives me the right proportion of chocolate to peanut butter. There we go. So after I get these made, I'm going to stick them in the refrigerator or freezer. If you're in a hurry, you can do that also. And this half recipe is going to make almost 3 dozen maybe. Depends on how big you make them. All right, so you're just going to line them up on your tray. These are going to go into the refrigerator. We'll stick those there for later. And then in the meantime, I'm going to have to melt some chocolate. This is, thanks Len, this is Merkin's chocolate. I get this at the country store down the street. And I like Merkin's because it's a really nice quality chocolate. Now, if you had a warming tray to plug in, you could heat this on a warming tray. And if I were going to do a lot, I might do that. But I'm just going to be quick about this. I'm going to put this in the microwave for just about 1 minute. Start that. And I don't melt it until it's all the way melted. It's almost melted, and then I stir it. So I have these that I had prepared earlier this morning. Got these going here. Those look pretty good, don't they? I'm excited about that. And then we'll dip these into the chocolate in just a minute. But I have to tell you this first. I know this is going to sound like a commercial, but I wear this apron all the time. And a lot of people have asked me where they can get this apron. This was a gift from Joan, my assistant innkeeper. And since she bought this, the joint went out of business. So I have to take really good care of this and make sure that I get all the spots out. All right, here's the commercial part. And I'm just telling you this because these are great things. Have you ever seen these Carbona stain removers? They are pretty amazing, and they have them for different things. This is for chocolate, ketchup, and mustard. I have another one for fats and cooking oil. There's another one. This will be good if you have kids, ink, crayon, and marker. This works really well at the end too because it gets everything out. When I'm in a hurry, I get pretty messy, and I had chocolate all over this apron, and it got everything out. It was perfect. So don't buy them online unless you're going to get them for $2.99 a bottle. That's how much they are at Walmart. I've seen them online for like $7. Don't do that. Okay, so I have this melted, semi-melted chocolate, and this dish is a little hot. Okay. And then I'm just going to stir this up. Now, one of the reasons that you have chilled or frozen the peanut butter balls is because this is hot and it's going to melt inside of this. Okay. Friday, I hope you're going to be around on Friday. We are going to visit Urban Debris, just downtown in Urban Debris. She was in Mount Joy and was looking for a larger store, so she closed for a bit and then reopened out here when a larger store became available. Okay, nice melty chocolate. This is all I'm going to do with this. They do have a little gadget. It looks like a little pecan twirl on the end of a plastic stick, but I'm just going to put that in the chocolate, twirl it around a little bit using my fork, tap that off, get over there, put that on there, get. Ooh, nice. All right, another one in there. And as you throw these cold items in here, sometimes that cools down the chocolate a little bit. You might need to reheat it, but usually I can get through a small small amount of these before I have to reheat. I know, doesn't that look so good? Ah, I love that. All right. So you get the idea on how to do these. Just plop them in the chocolate. That's my electric line going up. You can hear that, right? Okay. There we go. Get off. Great. This is a great activity for kids too. All right. This is so much fun doing it. It's hard for me to stop. All right. I will do one more, and then I'll stop, and then we'll move on to the gluten-free peanut butter cookies. So these can just sit at room temperature now until they harden, and you don't have to put them back in the refrigerator once you've coated them in chocolate. They're good to go. Set that aside. Set these aside. Put these over here. Here, my assistant, would you take these? Sure, I'll take this. All right, there they go. All right, gluten-free peanut butter cookies. So easy, you're gonna cry. I have 1 cup of peanut butter in here. That's all you need. And this is creamy peanut butter. Actually, I got this recipe from one of my students' mothers when I was teaching home ec in 8th grade. Her son was gluten-free, and that was back in the day when no one was gluten-free. And she shared this recipe with me. So I have 1 cup of peanut butter, 1 egg, and this recipe originally called for 2/3 of a cup of sugar. I thought it was too much. You can put in a 1/2 cup of sugar, and you're gonna be fine. It's plenty sweet. So all of that just goes in the bowl. Again, this is a really great one for kids too, because all you're doing is stirring and mixing. Get your fork, stir this up, and even though it looks really goopy now, it's gonna get almost like that dough that we made for the peanut butter balls. And people have asked me, okay, can I use sweetener in this instead of sugar? Well, not really, because the sugar adds something to it. You could use something like Swerve if you wanted to. Okay. Swerve is like one of those measure for measure sugar things. The sugar gives it a little bit of body. All right, so I'm going to get probably about 15 cookies out of this. I know, it looks so good, doesn't it? I would taste that, except I'm not big on raw eggs. All right, so for this, I like to use this 1/4 scoop. Just scoop that out there. And you're gonna do with this the same thing that you do with other peanut butter cookies. You're gonna take your fork and make that little cross hatch on the top. And what I like about these also is that they don't spread. So you're gonna be able to put every single cookie on 1 cookie sheet. You could also make this a keto recipe. Amy made this for my daughter-in-law, Nicole, and she used the Swerve in there instead. And then, all you keto people, there you go. All right, come on, move over a little bit. Must have made these extra big. It looks like I'm gonna get about 10, 11 out of this. And then these will go into the oven at 325. There we go. For about 18 to 20 minutes. So just press that down. Come on, let me get a new fork. That one had stuff on it already. Press that down. The first time I made these, I forgot to press them down, and I had to open the oven and press them down in the oven. Luckily, they worked out. Now, I like my peanut butter cookies kind of crunchy, so I tend to over-bake them. You like them softer, bake them a little bit less, obviously, right? Look how cute these are. And you know what? These are so good. And there's like not a drop of flour in this. So I'm gonna pop these into the oven. That'll be my sample cookie later. That'll be good. All right, these go into the oven for 18 to 20 minutes. 325. I put them on a high rack in the oven, not close to the bottom. There we go. Let me set the timer on that because I will forget and walk away. All right, so here's my favorite part when you get to taste everything. So I put these together yesterday. Here are the peanut butter balls. Here are the peanut butter cookies. And do you see what I mean? I like to over bake my things because I like a crunchy cookie. So these are very brown. Bottoms look nice though. And I am going to get a glass of milk. This is actually almond milk. Let me cleanse my palate. So good. This pattern, by the way, is the horseshoe pattern made by Indiana Glass. And here's a peanut butter ball. Now, sometimes you're going to get this on the bottom, so if you don't cover it all the way, that's okay. The peanut butter will leak out. That's okay. You want a bite? So yummy. Look. Servus. That means cheers in Hungarian. So delicious. Let me have one more little bite. Now, we'll test the cookie. Crunchy cookie, are you ready? Bite for you, bite for me. Very good. This is going to be for your Elevenses. I don't know if you saw my post yesterday. My daughter tells me I eat like a hobbit because I have first breakfast, second breakfast, third breakfast or early lunch, then there's tea, then there's afternoon tea, then there's dinner, then there's supper. That about covers how I eat. I dip this into a little milk. So good. All right, everybody. Nancy, your favorite innkeeper from Old Square Inn in Mountjoy, Pennsylvania in beautiful Lancaster County, and I am wishing that you stay healthy, stay happy, stay safe, and stay blessed. And I am going to see you Friday at Urban Debris with Jess. You have a fabulous day today, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.